What's going on, top producer Alexander Fazalani here, and today we're going to discuss my 3 key takeaways from flipping my first investment property. But before we do that, I'm gonna need you to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so we can continuously bring this content to you every Tuesday and Friday for the freest of 99s. So with that being said, for those of you who don't know, a quick little backstory. I've been in the real estate industry for about 10 years. I've mainly focused on the sales side. I've been a realtor. I built a team of 33 plus agents, and I also have an e-commerce business that sells really cool hoodies and also provides a lot of tools for real estate agents to grow their business, right? But personally, I've never invested in any property that wasn't something that I lived in, right? However, I did help investors buy their first fix and flips, identify team members. I've helped investors buy and holds. I've helped investors buy mixed use. I've helped people sell commercial businesses. I've helped people buy big buildings for their portfolios. And in that, I've helped people make millions of dollars, but then I'm like, hey, why am I not doing that myself? So when we moved out of North Carolina and when we hit our 10-year anniversary at Ian Alexander, I decided it's time to get into investment properties and flipping properties and putting my own money into rotation to actually build long-term wealth. And at the end of the day, that's what every real estate agent should be doing, because at the end of the day, we're real estate professionals. We should be identifying deals for ourselves and for potential clients if we're not taking it on ourselves, right? So we bought 2 properties, one we leveraged and one we bought in cash. If you want to know a little more about those stories, let me know in the comments below and I'll break down how we found those properties, how we identified them, how we ran our numbers, so on and so forth. All right, so now let's dive into 3 takeaways. The first takeaway that I got from my first investment property is that having your team ready is paramount, right? Having, it's imperative. So having, a handyman on your team, having a GC who can pull permits on your team if you're not a GC yourself, or your partner is a GC. What I mean by GC is general contractor. If you don't have one of those on your team, or you're not one yourself and you can't pull permits, you need one, right? You need a plumber, you need an electrician, you need roofers, you need someone who can handle HVAC, right? And if you have those people on your team, you should be solid, but you need people that can start doing those things if you can't do them yourself, right? And obviously as an investor, your job is to just put all the pieces together and get the property looking as awesome as possible, right? Having someone that does interior design, almost forgot that, and having someone who does the sales, which we do, right, on our team. If you don't have a team, guess what? You're going to be holding this property for a lot longer, which is going to really eat into your profits. And if it's eating into your profits, time is money. We don't like that. So we want to make sure we have all the puzzle pieces so we can put it together and make magic and make lemonade. All right. The second thing is that you're going to have to stay focused. And when you get into the investment game, especially flipping properties or, developing, there's going to be endless amount of opportunities thrown at you. You're going to have realtors giving you deals. You're going to have wholesalers giving you deals. You're going to have, you're going to find deals on your own. You're going to have people say, oh, I know somebody, or I saw this abandoned property. There's going to be so many opportunities thrown at you. What you have to do is you have to focus on the ones that are yours, right? So listen to J. Cole and love yours. So for me, we bought our first one, and then we had the second opportunity, so we stretched with that one, and now financially we're stretched, right? But we found another deal and I'm like, we can stretch even more, but I prefer not to. Let's just line up the first 2 that we have, do as good as we can with this one, and then when we prep on that one, we'll move on to the next one, so on and so forth, and keep it rolling, right? But you gotta stay focused and love yours. Don't dive into too much. Don't over leverage yourself, because that's where stress comes. That's when Murphy's law is going to happen and affect you the most, right? As you know, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, especially when flipping properties. So having your hand in too many baskets is a bad idea. You're going to get caught at one point, or you're going to drop the ball, or something's going to happen that's going to throw things out of whack. So don't over leverage yourself. Focus on what you have in front of you. Which leads us to number 3. You really need to develop project management skills You need to be able to speak to everybody and build relationships and connect with the people that are on your team. So all those 6-8 people I mentioned, you're gonna have to really keep people accountable. You have to give people realistic expectations. You have to have realistic expectations. You have to be able to handle if something is going wrong and how you intend to fix it. You have to be a leader. You have to develop those leadership skills, and you also have to stay in your lane, right? So for example, me and my partner have 2 different skill sets, right? Like, I identified the property. I've been running the numbers for a long time, so I ran contingency plan, so on and so forth, and he's running contingency more so on the contracting side of what needs to be done, what needs to be handled, dealing with material, so on and so forth, right? So we're both handling 2 different things, and then his wife is handling interior design, and then my wife is handling the sale of the property. So we have that overall team on top, and then we have all the contractors, GCs, electricians all on the bottom who we're hiring, right? So we kind of have a good, nice, well-oiled machine set up, but being honest and talking to people, keeping people accountable is super important. Keeping people in the loop is super important, and being able to identify these deals are super important. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 key takeaways. So the first one is having your team ready to go is important. If you need to develop a team, go to a real estate investment, go on Google, research. If you have somebody that you really like, come by and help you with your roof, for example, keep their number, stay in contact with them. So same goes to plumbing, electrical, so on and so forth, right? Make sure you're building those connections, have your team ready. Opportunities are going to come, they're endless, but make sure you stay focused on yours and don't over leverage yourself. And then 3 is make sure you develop your leadership skills and you stay in your lane and you manage the project well. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you really want to learn about how we identified these properties, how we got these properties, let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.